Welcome back to The World's Worst Teachers. Our next chapter is The Incredible Bulk. There he is. King Flamingo got a bit confused and wore his Captain America outfit today. It's not the Incredible Hulk, it's the Incredible Bulk, sorry. Mr. Bulk was an enormous oaf of a man, as wide as he was tall, like a hot air balloon in a tracksuit. The teacher wore a tracksuit to school every day, but not because he exerted himself in any way. No, it was because he taught sports. And sports teachers have to wear tracksuits, even if they're less active than a sloth. Bulk had a different coloured one for each day of the week. Monday, flamingo pink. We like that one. Tuesday, electric blue. Wednesday, deep purple. Thursday, canary yellow. And Friday, post box red. There he is as a sloth. As active as a sloth in his flamingo pink tracksuit. To complete his look, he had a bushy moustache, a mullet haircut, and a huge gold medallion nestling on his hairy chest. Mr. Bulk thought he was the coolest teacher around. Sadly, no one agreed. All the boys at Twaddle School laughed at him behind his back. Ha 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 ha! They had a nickname for him that had been passed from generation to generation. The Incredible Bulk. It was cruel, but he certainly loved his food. The teacher always had something big and meaty on the go. 1,000,000 sausage rolls later, he was ginormous. Now, despite not having the appearance of a natural athlete, Mr. Bulk would spend the whole of his lessons making wild boasts about his sporting achievements. "I could have won the Wimbledon Tennis Championship," he would tell his pupils as he devoured a pork pie. "Even the doubles, playing on my own. 2 against 1, I am that good. Game, set and match. Douche." The England football team begged me to be captain for the World Cup final, but I am on playground duties on Fridays, so I couldn't make it. "Goal!" he proclaimed as he sprayed Cornish pasty crumbs all over the kids. Split, splat, splut. The problem is, I'm actually too good at boxing. If I got in the ring with the heavyweight champion of the world, it would be all over in 1 second. I would knock him out with a single punch. Boom! He would brag as he polished off a battered sausage. "I'm actually banned from playing rugby at the international level, as it wasn't fair on the other players. They would just get trampled underfoot by me as I scored goal after goal. I mean, try. Doof!" He always liked to end with a big shout, even if it meant the meatball he was munching shot out of his mouth and hit a kid bang in the eye. Splat. Ouch! "Basketball's my number 1 sport. I can shoot a hoop from a distance of a mile, with my eyes closed. And my hands tied behind my back. That's why you won't see me playing professional basketball. It's so easy for me, it's actually boring," he would crow as he chomped on 2 sausage rolls at once. Chomp, chomp. Now, of course, the kids at Twaddle School didn't believe a word of this nonsense. When he finished a story, they would roll their eyes, the only exercise they got. One day, a boy asked, "If you're so brilliant at these sports, sir, why are you teaching here at Twaddle? This school's never won a thing." It was true. Twaddle School had a trophy cabinet that was empty of all trophies. It really was just a cabinet. "Because I'm going to bring home the gold for the school," Bulk replied as he bit down on his bacon sandwich and squirted brown sauce all over the boy. Splurge. Yuck. Bacon sandwiches were one of Bulk's favourites, but he loved all the foods that were served in the school canteen. Sausage rolls, toad in the hole, meatballs, spam fritters, beef Wellington, liver and bacon, except vegetables. He point blank refused to eat any. "Vegetables are for losers," was one of his mottos. "Fruit is for wimps," was another. Mr. Bulk thought the 5-a-day rule for eating fruit and vegetables referred to 5 different types of salami. Mr. Bulk even carried around a dog-eared note, supposedly from his mother, in case the dinner lady pressed him to eat any fruits or vegetables. "Dear dinner lady, please can you excuse me, I mean my son, Mr. Bulk, from any fruit or vegetables. I mean he is allergic, doesn't like them, and may well cry if I mean he has to eat any. They taste yucky. Yours thankingly, Mr. Bulk's mum." Mr. Bulk may not have had trouble with fruit or vegetables, even if he couldn't. I mean, his mum couldn't spell them. But the pupils and teachers would still run to the school canteen at lunchtime. Bring, sounded the bell at noon. It was like the starting pistol being fired. The race would begin. Go, 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 go! Run! Get there before the incredible Bulk scoffs the lot! It would be a stampede. Stomp, stomp, stomp! They had to get him quick, or Mr. Bulk would have polished off the main course before they even got there. The teacher would pick up the entire tray of spaghetti bolognese, or whatever was on the menu that day. Then he would waddle over to his table, waddle, waddle, whiddle, slam the tray down before burying his face in it. There he is, stealing it. He didn't believe in using cutlery. Cutlery is for quitters, was another one of his mottos. Mr. Bulk ate like a farm animal at a trough, barely coming up for air. Gobble, gobble, gobble. When he finally did come up for air, his face would be covered in food. And we've got the before and after. He would then belch loudly. Burp! Pong! Bulk had the meatiest burps. They were so meaty you could slice them with a carving knife. Then the teacher would move on to the desserts. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Burp! Pong! Before finally devouring an enormous meat-based packed lunch that his mum had made for him. A whole roast hog, a metre of salami, and 100 chicken legs. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Burp! Pong! His excuse for eating like this? Us athletes need the energy we can get. I wouldn't want to waste away, he would say as he slapped his big fat tummy. Slap, wibble, wobble, wobble, and waddled off. After his 2 lunches, he would crash out on a crash mat in the sports hall and snooze for the rest of the afternoon. Bulk's eating may not have been prodigious, but his teaching... Bulk's eating may have been prodigious, but his teaching was not. His sports lessons were a complete joke. What made matters worse was that a huge match with a rival school was looming, and not a single boy at Twaddle School had received a moment's football coaching. They hadn't even seen a ball, let alone kicked one. It was the school's football championship, and the Twaddle team were heading for yet another disaster. Every week the boys would plead, please, 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 please can we have a practice game, sir? Otherwise we're going to get thrashed. Have I ever told you about the World Badminton Championship? I hit the shuttlecock so hard it shot up into outer space. Yes, sir, chimed the boys, 1,000,000 times. The days, weeks and months passed and the school's football championships were edging nearer. In the time when the boys should have been honing their football skills, Bulk was boring the life out of them with his stories about how he could beat anyone in a swimming race across the English Channel, even though he still had to wear armbands. Get a hole-in-one at a golf course in Scotland, even if he teed up the ball in Ireland. Outrun the fastest man in the world over 100 metres and still have time to stop for a kebab on the way. Karate kick a tree over. Win the Tour de France on my mum's 3-wheeler. Wrestle a man to the ground while still eating a bag of pork scratchings. Weight lift the entire science block, including the hefty laboratory technician Mrs. Chafe. Pole vault over the main school building using only a 30-centimetre ruler for a pole. There he is. Amazing. Finally, the day of the match came. Twaddle School was facing a team from the reigning champions, Course College. They'd won the school's football championships every year for a staggering 100 years. It was hardly surprising as they always cheated. First, although this was an under-12s match, most of the Course College team looked much, much older. One even had a shave just before kick-off. There they are. Those under-12-year-olds. Second, Course College played dirty. They spent more time tripping you up, thud, elbowing you in the eye, whack, or kneeing you in the groin, doing, than they ever did kicking a football. Boot. Third, they made sure one of their dads was always the referee. So the dad referee blew his whistle for the start of the game as the Twaddle team was still running onto the pitch. Toot! To me! Shouted one course captain, who actually had a beard. His team fanned out behind him. It looked as if there had been a mass escape from the local prison. There was a sea of broken noses, tattoos and hairy legs. I think they're definitely under 12, aren't they? Needless to say, they demolished their opponents in seconds. Go! 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 The poor Twaddles did their best, but they didn't stand a chance, not least because they had zero opportunity to practice. At half-time, the referee blew his whistle. The score was 10-0 to Course College. We'll leave it there. I wonder if Twaddle School will pull it back. I don't know. With Mr. Bulk as their teacher, it doesn't seem likely, does it? See you next time.